Okay, so watch closely. Uh, now I'll just create a new file. Actually, we'll create a camera, just a regular camera. Okay, and we will leave it. We will leave it in the center. Okay, and then we will create a. Going to create measure tools, distance tool. Okay, distance tool. And actually, distance tool will kind of work with kind of as a tool for measuring the distance. So I'll snap the first part of this distance tool in a center of coordinate system where the camera is, and the other part I will snap somewhere on the grid. It's really kind of doesn't matter. So you can see now it's really kind of 6 units away. So how it works, you will kind of when you change the position of the locator, one or the other, actually it's going to give you like the distance. Okay, so I'll go to the outliner now, and here with a camera, actually there's a locator 1, and I'll parent this locator to camera. Okay, so what I did by that is actually now when I change the camera and when I kind of change the position of this locator here, I can drag it to my object, and I will always have like the number for the distance for the focus of the camera as an exact value. So now I will try to feed this data into the camera focus distance. Okay, so I'll select the camera. I'll just go to the attribute editor, and actually here for the depth of field I will enable depth of field. Okay, and now actually the focus distance is actually where this value needs to be sent to. Okay, so I'll kind of I'll deselect everything and going to the Windows general editors and open a connection editor. And here I will need most likely to show the shapes here in the outliner because I need to select the camera shape in order to access the distance part. So here within the outliner I'll choose shapes. Okay, so that I can have like this camera shape value, and actually I will reload this. I will reload this to right. Okay, so I will select my camera and reload this to right. Okay, and I'll also select the distance dimension shape and reload this to left. Okay, so actually here I need distance value to send the output data into the camera's focus distance. Okay, so I need to find those two values here and connect them. Okay, so there is a distance here, and in the distance shape, and now I need to find like the camera. There's a focus distance. Okay, so now I have made the connection, and you can see immediately this distance here is sent here. So it's really, sorry, I will just change the camera. I'll just select the camera. So you can see now, since I parented this locator, so when I move camera, this distance is automatically changing. And also when I try to change the depth of field, I'll just animate this locator from one object to another, and the camera will follow up on that one. So let us try to make an example here. So we'll have like, I'll just kind of try to watch through camera here. Okay, So, and you can see now my depth of field is enabled, and you can see that the cube is already blurred because it's out of focus. But so far, when I try to kind of move this locator toward cube or even snap it to the cube, you can see I can change now the depth of field precisely. So this is the way that we can kind of make this thing work. Okay, instead of, and I can change this, but actually you can see it's not going to be represented that accurately in the viewport 2.0, but it's going to perform well in the rendering. I'll just show it to you. So for an example, also there's a couple of other things that you need to be aware. F-stop, it's just like the aperture on the camera. So the larger the number, the depth of field will be less shallow. Okay, and also we can kind of have a region focus scale. So we can increase the region of focus scale here, so that then you will kind of always see more accurately here. Okay, when it comes to rendering, if I try to create I don't know, like dome light here, and I'll just choose a redshift as a renderer. Okay, I'll have like an IPR here. Okay, you can see now the depth of field is already done, and it's kind of precise. Okay, and because my locator here is always on cube, the focus will stay on cube. Okay, but also if I switch it to the cylinder, here you can see in the renderer that it's going to change. So you can always control this depth of field like this. So that's pretty much it.